Understanding the Celestial Dragon. In this video, the Celestial Dragon will be discussed as it's associated with one's astrological chart, and Reverend Dr. Mullen will discuss how the Celestial Dragon impacts one's astrological projections.
Astrology with Reverend Dr. Mullen in Orlando, Florida. This is a special program about the lunar nodes, understanding the celestial dragon in your horoscope. The moon's nodes are intersection points between the moon's orbit and the plane of the ecliptic, or the Earth's orbit. They're points in space rather than tangible cosmic bodies. They're very important. The moon's nodes determine where eclipses fall. And of course, eclipses are celestial firecrackers. They have quite a bit of influence on us. The lunar nodes are used most often in Vedic astrology, the astrology of India. They're used in a secondary way in Western astrology. The north node looks like a horseshoe with its top up, and when you see it in an ephemeris, the table that astrologers use, the north node is usually the only one in there. The south node goes directly across from it, 180 degrees away. For example, if the north node is in Aries, the south node would always be in Libra at the same degree. The dragon, or the nodes in the horoscope, indicate places where we are given a boost or where we're sucked into the quicksand. And in older astrological diagrams, they're really drawn as a dragon across the heavens. The north node is the strong one. That's the one to work toward, that bails us out of whatever we get into. The south node is the path of least resistance. It's the slippery slope, and it's the quicksand all around us. Caput Draconis and Caudus Draconis are the Latin words for the head and the tail of the dragon, respectively. And in the Indian Vedic astrology, this is Rahu and Ketu in your birth charts. The dragon's head, or north node, is the strengthening, benevolent influence, co-ruled by Venus and Jupiter. The south node is sinister, draining, confusing. It's akin to Saturn and Neptune. The north node, again, is your strong point to work toward, elements of luck in the houses it occupies, and it amplifies the positive traits of any planets within 3 degrees of it. Spiritual astrologers identify the north node with good karma, gifts earned in past lives. The nature of the gift is revealed by the house position and planets near it. In contrast, the south node shows what you want to avoid. The south node is delays and obstacles. The north node nourishes. The south node eliminates and releases. In traditional references, the north node of the dragon is the mouth, and the south node is the tail end. The north node is celestial illumination for clear direction, and the south node shines that yellow light of caution. Watch where you're going. Each horoscope has both. The beauty and wonder of the nodes is that they specify how to wrestle with and overcome the animal nature within and build upon our natural gifts and assets. Contemporary astrologers no longer see the nodes as a monstrous dragon. Instead, we look at it as ways to meet life's challenges by rising above the inner dragon hidden within our individual psyches, encoded in the meanings of each event. The Nodal Cycle is 18.6 years long, so the nodes remain in each sign about a year. And if you encounter anybody whose north node is near your sun or an important planet, that's a good person to work toward. They'll help you. If the south node is there, they'll always be looking for a loan or worse. And so you want to be very careful of karmic relationships. Karmic meaning something we have to work on or work to overcome. And it's just as well to avoid as much karma as we can. Here are some keywords for the nodes in the signs and the houses. Aries and Libra, the first of the 7th houses, they're the same, would be balance, personal will with obligations to others. Taurus, Scorpio, or the 2nd and the 8th houses of your horoscope, understand true values while fulfilling material needs. Gemini, Sagittarius, or the 3rd and the 9th houses, wise communication and selection of studies and travel plans. And North Node is exalted in Sagittarius and the South Node in Gemini. For those of you that use the table of planetary dignities, the exaltations and so forth, those are a little bit more advanced than basic astrology, but you do want to be aware if you see 3rd and 9th houses, those are the accidental dignities, or if you see the nodes in Sagittarius and Gemini. Cancer and Capricorn, 4th and 10th houses, family life is balanced with quest for recognition and success. Leo and Aquarius, the nodes in the 5th or the 11th houses, heartfelt creative expression is balanced with social and community obligations. Virgo, Pisces, 6th and 12th houses, routine service balances with reverie and solitude. Keywords for planetary conjunctions with the nodal influences. Say you look at your birth chart and notice, oh goodness, there's the north node near my moon. That's got to mean something. Well, it does. It's very important. Use a smaller orb. Usually we use 8 to 10 degrees, sometimes a little less than that. But with the nodes, because they're only points in space, they're not tangible bodies, 3 degrees. For example, if your sun is 10 degrees Cancer, if the north node is at 12 degrees, then it's in conjunction. If the sun is at 10 Cancer and the node is at 20 degrees, it's just too far away to have a real impact. So the keywords for conjunctions, and only use the conjunction. That means they're within 3 degrees. Don't use aspects like the square or the quintile or anything like that. The sun is the expansion and leadership of the planet or the node. It's very good. North node conjunct the sun is very powerful. That can be a famous person. The moon, sensitivity and heritage. This could be someone who belongs to, oh goodness, the Sons of the Confederacy or the Daughters of the American Revolution, something like that. Mercury, original thought, mobility. A famous writer might have the North Node near Mercury. Venus, finances are very good. Someone who wins the lottery. Everyone's interested in that lately, it seems. Well, if your North Node is near Venus, you can ignore my usual thought when you call to see if you're going to win the lottery. I say someone will win, but it isn't you. Sorry for everyone I've offended with that recently, but I don't know about the lottery. I think there's special angels running it, unless you happen to have the North Node conjunct Venus. Then you might win. And then also that's very good for artistic ability. Really gifted artists will often have that. North Node conjunct Mars is super energy. If you want to swim the English Channel or something and you have the North Node conjunct Mars in a water sign, if your goal in life is to join the NBA, if the North Node is conjunct Mars, you might be able to. This is super athletic ability. Also, military heroes will often have the North Node conjunct Mars, like General Patton, people like that. Jupiter conjunct the North Node. This is a very well-educated person. Finishes a PhD at the age of 23 or something. We'll have that. Also a high standard of living. This is also wealth. So if you looked at your chart and saw your North Node wasn't conjunct Venus, but it is conjunct Jupiter, you might still win the lottery. North Node conjunct Saturn. A lot of property, real estate, people who belong to another generation, older or younger, can be helpful. And also great responsibility, but also status in the community. The North Node conjunct Saturn will show that. North Node conjunct Uranus. This is reform, originality, super ability with technology. North Node conjunct Neptune. This is a highly psychic person, very spiritual, and has the ability to have vivid and meaningful dreams. Pluto conjunct the North Node. There's a focus on mystery, ecology, also an interest in dealing with crime. Someone who does very well with solving mysteries or puzzles might have Pluto with the North Node. This is Dickie Jo Mullen in Orlando, Florida, reminding you that there's a dragon in your horoscope and you can tame and live with it.